guys, it's Katie with SB Designs, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the beach tumbler today. This was originally a design by Shannon Robinson at Bear Trends Designs, and she shared her colors. I've had a lot of people posting my photos and asking me all kinds of questions, so I figured it would just be easier if I made a video that everybody could reference. So I'm starting off with my base paint. I've got gold, Oasis blue, and a hot pink, and a coral. Now there's no purple paint in there. It's all just the hot pink mixes with the blue and it makes it purple. So we've got that. And I've got Athena, Bejeweled, Dawson, Wednesdays, Regina George, and Seacrest Beach. So I'm gonna go in first with my Athena on the bottom. And I'm gonna kind of pack it in there. All right. There we go. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with my Dawson because my Dawson is my larger cut. It's the same color as the Bejeweled, it's just bigger. And I'm just gonna go up, I'm gonna go like a foot and a half above it. And I just really lightly sprinkle it on. And I go up into the purple area just a little bit. There we go. So I've still got lots of spaces, just a little bit. And then I will go in with Wednesday because that is the bigger pink I have. And again, I'm about a foot and a half up here, and I'm just kind of dusting it. Just a little bit. And move it down into the blue a little bit, and up into the coral color a little. All right. And I'm going to go back to my Bejeweled now. Back to my blue. And I'm going to start kind of close to make sure I get really good coverage where the blue and the gold meet. And then I'm going to get higher up as I go up so it kind of melts into the pink. All right. Sorry, it's really late tonight and I've still got a lot of work to do. All right, so into the Regina George is what I'm gonna do next. And I'm gonna go pretty heavy right there in the middle where I want it to be nice and bright pink. And then as I move out, I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit higher so it spreads out more. And I'm gonna go up top and do the same thing. back on there. And then I'm gonna grab my Seacrest Beach and finish up the top of it. So I'm gonna go really heavy up top around the rim. Real close and heavy. And then I'm gonna bring it up. Just gonna bring it up. Okay, and then one more time. I'm gonna get, I think Wednesday. I think I'll do Wednesday. And just layer that pink on a little bit more to bring it up into the orange. And down into the blue. And there we go. Pretty easy. So I am going to put a layer of epoxy on this. And then tomorrow I will make another video showing how I do the white around the bottom and then the decal that I put on it. But that's it for glittering. I will seal this at least once with, I like to use the Mod Podge sealer. That way my glitters aren't mixing when I go to epoxy it. But other than that, that's it. Isn't it pretty? Okay, we are back and I've gotten one layer on there. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put another light layer on it just to get it wet. We don't wanna do a super thick layer on this second one, but just enough to make it wet. And don't mind the weird way I put epoxy on the tumblers. I know a lot of people kind of just dump it on and do that, but I'm weird. I've always done it like this. I'm gonna make sure you get the bottom with epoxy. And then once that's on there, I'm gonna grab my white epoxy dye. I like to use the Alumilite epoxy dye. You can get it on Amazon or on their website. And I just put a few drops in there. If you want it to be more opaque and more of a solid white, put a little bit more. If you want it to be a little more transparent, just put a little bit. I kind of like somewhere in between, so I just don't put very much in there. And then once I mix it up, I'm gonna get it just on the tip of my popsicle stick. And there we go. I'm just gonna start kind of drawing lines on there and little squiggles, and there we can see better. So I'm just gonna start moving it around a little and creating my waves. And you can put them up as high as you want or as low as you want. On some of my other beach tumblers, I'll put a little bit up at the top to kind of make it look like little clouds. There's no wrong way to do it. It will end up really pretty. So I'm just kind of moving it around. And I am using fast set epoxy on this step as well. And I'm grabbing my torch and I'm just gonna pop all the bubbles at the top first I'm not going to go down to the bottom quite yet. And then you just want to heat it up a little bit. You don't want it to be flowing. You just want it to kind of move a little bit and melt. And then once you start seeing the movement that you want, where it's not terribly runny, but it's just flowing really nicely, stop and take your heat off of it. And that's it. That's what I do for my waves, and I'll get back tomorrow. So now that we've got our waves done, I've gone ahead and I've sanded my bottom right here to make sure it's nice and smooth, and I've used my Dremel to do my top rim. And I went ahead and I cut out my decal. And I'm gonna figure out where I want it. Come on. There we go. And now I'm gonna give it its final layer. It may need one more, but hopefully this will be it